Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studio in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Flor Ani. Our top stories. President Tinubu arrives in Tanzania for Energy Summit. Minister of Housing vows to complete housing projects in 20 states. Ministry of Housing seeks legislators' support for 360 billion naira housing budget. On the foreign scene, North Carolina affordable housing advocates hopeful as Trump takes charge. We begin with national matters. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in the Tanzania capital of Dar es Salaam for the Africa Heads of State Energy Summit. The Nigerian leader landed in the East African country on Sunday evening and was welcomed by cultural troops and officials. The president was received by the Foreign Minister of Tanzania, Ambassador Mahmoud Thabit Kombo, and charged the affairs of Nigerian High Commission to Tanzania, Ambassador Salisu Suleiman. The two-day summit is being hosted by the government of Tanzania, the African Union, the African Development Bank Group, and the World Bank Group. President Tinubu is billed to deliver a national statement reaffirming Nigeria's commitment to achieving universal access to energy and its leadership role in Africa's energy sector at the summit. In another development, President Bola Tinubu on Friday in Abuja welcomed the intervention of the Finnish government with the arrest and detention of Simon Ekpa, saying the government would not tolerate actions and statements that could lead to divisiveness among citizens. President Tinubu spoke when he received the letters of credence from the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Sanna Selin, at the State House. He commended the Finnish authorities for the timely intervention that safeguarded the nation's integrity and mitigated an action that threatened peaceful coexistence. The ambassador of Finland extolled the president for his courage in initiating reforms that will benefit the economy and ensure prosperity in the future. President Tinubu also received letters of credence from the ambassador of European Union, Gülter Mignot, and the ambassador of the People's Republic of Algeria, Hussein Messoud. In a meeting with the ambassador of the European Union, the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, noted that the EU remains one of the highest trading partners of Nigeria, urging the envoy to work towards alleviating the volume of transactions and strengthening the ties. Now to Benue State. As some displaced persons begin to return to their ancestral homes, a program to support internally displaced persons in the state has been launched by the Benue State government as part of the Action Plan on Durable Solutions aimed to foster IDP's safe return to their ancestral homes. Addressing the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Professor Nantewe Yawade, and his entourage, the Nigerians Union Resident Coordinator, Humanitarian Partners, and members of the diplomatic community during a visit to the dry season farm project site located at Boko Road and later at the Government House, Makurdi. The Governor, Hyacinth Alia, emphasized that the initiative is meant to creating sustainable results for over 500,000 displaced persons residing in the state. The Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Professor Nantewe Yawelva, who led other diplomats and humanitarians to the launch, said it will now bring peace in the state for development to strive.
I have the privilege to declare and endorse the State Action Plan as valid for a period of 5 years, and within this time The plan will be evaluated and updated to ensure its continued relevance and effectiveness in addressing the needs of the people of Benue State.
This launch of durable solution for IDPs in Benue State is a testament to what is possible when we work together as a united front, driven by compassion and guided by purpose. Today, we are shifting away from the tears and the dripping blood of our kings from Okokolo and Nahim of Agatu local government and most communities in Sangara local government, Sangara Axis.
UN Representative Mohammed Fall and other UK delegations stated that the program is to underscore the importance of self-reliance.
Underscore the importance of self-reliance, resilience, recovery, affirming the belief that displaced individuals are not just victims, but agents of their own recovery. This crucial aspect of building emergencies for IDP were very vividly explained this morning when we had the field trip.
Gosh, well, first of all, I would say that I'm not here to assess, but what I've seen is that durable solutions is really the way to go forward. We know that there are less and less resources around the world. We know that there are more crises, and we know that we have to find a more permanent way to support people out of camps, for example. So what we're seeing here in Benue is really, really fantastic work to the governor, the minister, and his team. Very, very good. In terms of the British government, we are already committing to the durable solutions approach. We think that's a very good way of going forward. We have a program that works on agriculture and building up the whole supply chain for agriculture. We have a program that looks at peace building and bringing communities together, along with a bunch of other programs which we hope will crowd around to find one solution and one permanent solution for everybody's lives.
Your name and designation, ma'am.
So my name is Cynthia Rowe. I am the Development Director for FCDO. That means I am the Head of Development and Development Cooperation for the UK, for the British High Commission here in Nigeria.
I'm very impressed that Nigeria is the first country among 15 countries in the world with a UN plan to take better care of internally displaced person is working out. And I'm particularly impressed that Benue State has managed to do what the IDPs want the most, and that is to farm, and that is to get access to farmland to make their own livelihoods.
What's the name and designation?
My name is Svein Bæra, and I'm the ambassador of Norway.
Thank you very much.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, Osun State Sector Command, has warned drivers against hard drugs while driving to prevent road crashes. The sector commander, Sukombi Taufik Adeyemi, gave the warning at the Federal Road Safety Corps headquarters in Osogbo, Osun State capital, on Friday. He said the Federal Road Safety Corps is collaborating with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to curtail the spread and consumption of hard drugs in the state. The NDLEA Osun State Commander Oluwarotimi Adetola said the synergy will assist the two agencies to break the chain of drugs distribution and consumption in Osun State.
Well, the mandate of FRSC is to reduce crashes on the road. And I'm sure you know now there are drug-induced crashes on our road. So when we partner together, the aim is still, one, take drug out of the parks and also take drug out of drivers. And what we'll do is, the result will be safer road for all of us in Nigeria.
In as much as the drug world, the criminals of this world, they are operating in WhatsApp now. They are working hand in hand to cause mayhem, to destroy the peace of our nation. Therefore, I and road safety, we need to come together to collaborate together to foster a unity of purpose in order to combat them. That's the main reason I'm here. And it's a brother we have been working together before, and I think it is time for us to renew our vigor to ensure that the crime rate in Nigeria, which has posed a national threat to the security of the nation, is drastically reduced.
The military high command's gallant troops have neutralized over 70 terrorist commanders in the clearance operation conducted in the renowned terrorist stronghold and enclave known as Timbuktu Triangle in the northeast. This was contained in a statement made available to defense correspondents in Abuja by Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba. The statement, however, regretted that the military recorded 22 killed in actions casualties, with several others wounded in action, and the three-pronged operation aimed at dismantling the terrorist presence with Triangle, which commenced on 16 January 2025. We'll take a pause here. News stories from the build sector are up next. Stay with us.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
Welcome back. You're still watching Housing TV News at the top of the hour. Now to the build sector. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, has outlined plans to complete national housing projects in 20 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, as part of his commitment to addressing Nigeria's housing deficit. He, however, said this initiative aligns with the presidential mandate of providing affordable housing for all Nigerians. In a statement issued by the Ministry's Director of Press and Public Relations, Salisu Haiba, the Minister emphasized the need for enhanced budgetary allocations to meet these ambitious housing goals. Dangiwa listed the focus area of his ministry in the 2025 budget to include the construction of 20,000 housing units, complete ongoing housing projects, slum upgrading, completion of national housing projects in over 20 states and the FCT, and urban renewal programs across the country. He also asked the National Assembly to approve increased funding in 7 critical areas, which he said were essential to realizing the transformative housing policies and programs of President Bola Tinubu's administration. In another development, the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development has solicited the National Assembly's support to increase its 2025 budgetary allocation from 83.7 billion naira to 360 billion naira. The Minister for Housing and Urban Development, Musa Dangiwa, appealed when presenting a report on the ministry's 2023 Supplementary Budget, 2024 Appropriation Act, and the 2025 budget proposals to the Senate Committee on Lands, Housing and Urban Development, and the House Committee on Housing and Habitat. The minister explained that with the funding, the ministry can work towards achieving its yearly target of increasing affordable housing stock by 20,000 units, expanding the renewed housing program to cover the remaining 18 states with 250 housing units in each, completing the national housing program and completing federal secretariats in 6 states, as well as Anambra, Bayelsa, Ekiti, Nasarawa, Osun, and Zamfara states, respectively. He further stated that expanding the National Urban Renewal and Slope Upgrade Program and other amenities are also a key focus of the 2025 budget proposal. The minister, however, expressed appreciation to the leadership and members of the Senate and House committees overseeing the ministry and the entire National Assembly for their continued support in ensuring the ministry achieve its mandate for the benefit of Nigerians. And now to the FCT, where Minister Nyesom Wike has been commended for signing over 1,000 certificates of occupancy to house owners in the sprawling River Park Estate, Abuja. Mr. Paul Odili on Saturday, alongside other dignitaries at a brief ceremony held during a meeting at the estate, handed over the certificate to lucky house owners who now acquires full ownership of the estate. Odili, however, commended the magnanimity of the minister in signing such a huge number of CFOs. He said the kind gesture of the FGT minister will go a long way in encouraging investment in real estate and build robust confidence in house owners. During the meeting, Odili informed investors in the estate that he had fully acquired a 100% stake in the business and owned the River Park Estate completely. Residents of the Aso Gardens Estate in Maitama have raised concerns about alarming cases of visible cracks in walls, compromised foundations, and other structural damages that could pose serious safety hazards in their homes. The residents expressed their fears since construction work began adjacent to their estate. In a petition written by Dr. Nurain Momuni on behalf of the estate's chairman, reported experiencing significant and continuous heavy vibrations that have raised serious worries about the structural integrity of their properties. Momoni addressed the petition to the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, conveying the resident distress about the poor infrastructure and other structural damage. He, however, asked the Minister to assess the construction's impact on the estate and to ensure that proper precautions and regulations are upheld. The Chief Executive Officer of Pelican Valley Nigerian Limited, Dr. Babatunde Adeyemo, has said that most people in the diaspora do not conduct due diligence before purchasing a landed property. Adeyemo made this assertion against the backdrop of reservations expressed by people in the diaspora concerning the demolition of their properties in Nigeria. This came after a viral video clip by United States Dr. Kembili Stark calling on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for assistance, stating that all he has worked so hard for is from America to Nigeria and choosing to invest in Nigeria. He added that most of his investments are crumbled and chartered, appealing to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to assist and come to the matter. Reacting to this development, Adeyemo noted that due diligence is essential before purchasing lands in Nigeria, both from the relevant and government agencies. However, securing true ownership in the eyes of the law is critical, and many buyers fail to consider the necessary steps beyond payment. To wrap up Housing TV news at the top of the hour, on the first scene, North Carolina affordable housing advocates are preparing for the worst for hoping for the best as the new Trump administration takes shape. Advocates say affordable housing groups will take a defensive posture in the coming months with a focus on protecting existing programs and policies designed to keep families in homes and provide access to affordable housing. The Director of Housing Policy for the NC Housing Coalition, Stephanie Watkin-Cruz, said the mood is mixed among advocates as they look ahead to the next 4 years. Watkin-Cruz further said if the first few days of Donald Trump's presidency is an indication, big chances could be on the way for federal agencies such as the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which provides housing assistance and enforces fair housing laws. On his visit to North Carolina Friday, Trump talked about doing away with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which he contends has done a poor job of handling the Hurricane Helene disaster. Willis, however, said Trump's administration has proposed to charge higher rent and impose work requirements and time limits on low-income seniors, people with disabilities, families with children, and other people living in HUD housing. That's the most we can take on housing TV news at the top of the hour. Before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. President Tinubu arrives in Tanzania for Energy Summit. Ministry of Housing vows to complete housing projects in 20 states. Ministry of Housing seeks legislator support for 360 billion naira housing budget. On the foreign scene, North Carolina affordable housing advocates hopeful as Trump takes charge. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to Housing TV Africa on YouTube and follow Housing TV on all social media platforms. Download the Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and App Store to stay connected. I am Flora Ani. Bye for now.